Jesse Ryland of the Jaguars and also Jeremy Searcy. Actually on the carry was 23, Chris Turner, who got the call.
Turner was in there because he was led by Big John Mulak. This was kind of a off tackle, and they cut up inside. But how'd you like to be number 31, Chad Myers, taking on Big John Mulak?
And let's just set that into perspective for a second. There's Mulak, your senior, at 270, and Myers is a freshman at 156.
Well, he just got out of Sandlot Ball just last night. Here you can see the pulling to guard. There's Mulak, there's Turner, there's Myers, and there's a good block, good inside block. And I tell you what, he's a wide load. I know I like as a running back, you like those big wide bodies in front of you.
Well, he certainly qualifies on that account. And it's just short of the first down. That'll bring up a second down and short for the Hornets after the carry by Chris Turner and the nice block by Mulak. Hornets leading 6-3. Early moments of the second quarter, 11:39 to go first half. Glad to have you with us from the Northtown tonight. Along with Theodis Brown, Neil Harwell on the high school game of the week. In motion, Turner, fake to Golden, looking downfield, Scarcello got his receiver, but just off his fingertips. A beautiful throw by Scarcello. The intended receiver, Brian Cook.
Just off the fingertips, Brian Cook, and just a yard or two by Scarcello, laid it out there. There was a good play fake right into the middle to freeze the linebacker, who rolls out of there. There's the receiver, looks like he's wide open. He lays it out there just off the fingertips. And this is what they're going to have to do to stay in this ball game and don't let, oh, you can see the frustration of the quarterback. Just off the fingertips.
Possibly just a little bit too strong for the receiver, but Cook had the nice speed to get open down the sideline. On the pitch out to a new running back into the ball game, and he's picked up the first down with ease. On the nice play, sweeping to the right.
That's big Mike Hubble.
And Hubble on the carry.
They're using that quick cadence also. They seem like they can have some success there. Here's a quick count, trying to get to the outside. They pull the guards. There's Hubble, gets in the outside, cuts inside. This is good vision for a running back, the ability to look inside. There's nobody there, and made a good play out of that. Good run by Hubble.
Robert Hicks strangled him from behind to bring him down, but not before a first down. First back through there. With some quickness on first down for North Kansas City. Hubble again on the carry and tackled by Jeremy Searcy for the Jaguars.
Well, one of the things that Coach Young wanted to do is establish the run, so his quarterback can have that play fake, can get that ball in there, soften up the middle a little bit, which opens up the outside receivers.
So after taking a bit of a spell, Hubble back in there picking up nice yardage, and they are establishing the run as Hubble goes in motion. Scarcello has his receiver, but then it's dropped. Jake Stuvey had it go in and out of his hands as they look for that quick look-in pass to the tight end over the middle.
This is a quick three-step drop. He looks one way, throws back the other way. Stuvey had it in his hands, but not enough concentration to hold on to the ball.
And that'll bring up a third down, 5 from the 39. 39 of Blue Springs South for North Kansas City. Scarcello gives it off to Hubble. And a gain of 1 on the play as the Jaguars were tough at the line of scrimmage, led by Robert Hooks. And he's an old man on this team. He's a junior.
Hooks gets right into there, stops the penetration. There's nobody there. He makes the play before the play really has an opportunity to get there. As you can see, there's Hooks, grabs it, wraps him around the neck. Never had an opportunity. That's good line penetration by the defender.
And North Kansas City forced to punt it away. Back to kick it, Derek Brown for the Hornets. No one deep for the Jaguars, and he just drills it downfield into the end zone and out of here. So they'll bring that one back to the 20. So with the wind behind you, that's not the one you just want to drill when you're punting it almost inside your own territory. You want that thing to land inside at least the 20.
Yeah, the coach wanted a pooch kick, and he got more than a pooch kick. This is like a 90-mile-an-hour gale behind you, and he gets it right into the end zone. I like that shirt by Coach Ross. It's kind of a neat deal. I wonder where you got that deal.
I don't know. Very dapper tonight, though. Designed the uniforms we talked about for this team, and kind of a combination of the Seahawks and the Lions in the NFL. But he's done it nicely. And this is Webb around the left side. Or is it Pittman? It's Pittman who picks up the first down on first down and tackled by Derek Brown. So Austin Pittman got outside.
Pittman makes a good run. He looks inside. He bounces outside. Look at the block by number 9, Eddie Brooks. We talked about sustaining that block. He was able to do that, which allowed Austin Pittman to get to the outside and make some good yardage. Good block by Eddie Brooks.
There's Eddie split out to the left side. Give to the first man through, Webb, who keeps his feet going. And he's ahead for 3 yards on first down. These sophomore running backs for David Ross really performing well here tonight. Jake Stuvey on the tackle for North Kansas City.
They're so young, they don't even know what they're doing. It's amazing. These guys, how talented Pittman and Webb are. I mean, these guys are making some good holds. Credit that offensive line. Young, no seniors, just nothing but sophomores and juniors.
Both teams running the football efficiently tonight at about the same level, with 8:46 to go in the first half. 2 receivers to the right side for Blue Springs, and they're split well out to the outside, and a flag on the play. And I think it's a delay of game against Blue Springs South.
Again, Coach Ross talked about at the beginning of the game, in order for us to compete with these guys this evening, we have to be able to control the football, control the line of scrimmage, and don't make any costly penalties when we have opportunities to make some plays.
Well, as young as they are, that just has to be a constant battle for Coach Ross in the efficiency category and trying to limit the mistakes. But that's something you learn as you go. Back to pass, fires it to Brooks. It's incomplete, as Mascarena slipped for the intended receiver, Eddie Brooks, but Brian Huntz was there to break it up.
Huntz makes a good play in the secondary.
Actually, that's Nate Coons making the play.
Nate Coons makes a good play. There's a play action by Mascarenas. As Coons plays the play, the ball was thrown a little bit behind him, which gave Coons an opportunity to make the play. Here he is, a 5'11", 155-pound guy. Coach likes him. He has decent speed.
And he's out to cover the split receiver to the left side on this play, as it brings up a 3rd down and 12 for Blue Springs South. And movement on the line, it looked like 74 for Blue Springs South moved on the play. Bill Donnelly, the right guard.
Jason! Dead ball, illegal procedure, white. We're gonna move it.
So it is procedure against the Jaguars, and again, the mistake that'll hurt you, because that's going to bring up 3rd down 17.
Well, that was a big play, costly penalty for the Blue Spring Jaguars. Again, they're trying to, Mascarenas is trying to change up the cadence at the line of scrimmage to draw the defender across the line, and he drew his own man across the line of scrimmage.
Short fade.
Penalties beginning to hurt Blue Springs South a little bit. And Mascarenas, the quarterback, on 3rd and 17, rolling to his right, looking downfield, being crushed at the 20. Jake Stuvey, the junior.
This was a rollout by Mascarenas. He wanted to get outside, but Stuvey did not bite on the play fake. Here you see the play action by Mascarenas. He's rolling out. He's trying to look for the defender, but Stuvey's in his face, won't allow him to get to the outside. Good play by Jake Stuvey, number 83.
So the sack collected by Jake Stuvey, and again, the Jaguars must kick it away. It's a spiral downfield, and they just let it bounce. Nate Coons lets it go, and turns out very nicely for Blue Springs South as it bounds down to the 36-yard line of North Kansas City on the punt by Mark Simmons, who's gotten away some nice ones tonight.
He's had some good hang times. I like the way this young man handles the ball. He got it up there, nice spiral. As you can see, his head is down, his leg is extended. Oh, almost looked like an interference right there. Oh, good acting job. The official didn't bite on that one.
I think it was good to let that one go. It's kind of a little Kleenex touch there. But another good punt, as you mentioned, by 44 yards on the punt, we might add, into the wind by Mark Simmons. Swings it out to Coons, who drops it on first down.
Brian Scarcello was another play fake, and it looked like Nate Kuntz was probably the third primary receiver out there. He tried to run before he had an opportunity to catch the football. He saw a defender in front of him, so, I mean, that happens all the time. Even on the pro level, Neil.
It sure does. It happens every Sunday. And Scarcello, the senior, 6'5" and 200. Coming up to the line, second down and 10. Second man through on the misdirection, Turner. And he's hit hard by a couple of Jaguars. Jesse Ryland got there first, and then a little cleanup work done by Brian Walkner.
Walkner and Ryland seemed like they got there in the nick of time. The running back got a chance to hit to the outside. Here we try that same as Mulak with, crushing blow. Nice block right there. And you can see the defender comes up, steps up, and makes the play. But again, Mulak had a good crushing blow right there.
A gain of 3 brings up a 3rd down 7 for North Kansas City. Scarcello to the right side, nice looking arm, caught on the far sideline. And the catch made there by Brian Cook. It goes for a first down into Jaguar territory, mark it at the 43.
Well, Brian Cook makes a good play. Here's the play fake by Scarcello. Gets it out there and sees that the defender, there's no one covering Brian Cook. And he makes the play, good yardage, but that happened because of the ball fake and the play fake. Brian Cook, a small kind of guy of 130 pounds. He got open, saw that there was no one out there. It was a good play.
Just a junior, got plenty of speed, Brian Cook. And he's got his first reception over there, picks up a first down. And they are in Blue Spring South territory. Far pitch to Turner, going on the right side. On first down, he picks up some nice yardage. That's Hubble again, as he gets about 7 on first down on the tackle for the Jaguars, Jerry Overton.
They're having some success getting that quick count and getting to the outside. Hubble saw that there was nothing inside. That play is designed to go outside to make some good yardage, and it did right there. Hubble used the speed to get outside.
But it looked like the same play that they ran to the left side with the fullback Golden on the touchdown. And they lead it 6-3. 5:52 remaining second half. Hubble again tries the right side, but this time a loss on the play. That's because Jeremy Searcy was there. 5'11", 225.
We talked about Searcy at the beginning of the game. He has to play active. He's a junior. He has some experience. He knifed in there and got to the play before he had an opportunity to make some plays. As you can see, Searcy, this play was designed to go outside, and as you can see, Searcy right there to stop the play before he had an opportunity to make anything happen.
Well, when you don't block him, he's going to make that play. Just standing tall, and Searcy on the loss of 2 brings up 3rd and 5. Pitch to the left side, Golden. And he is ridden down by Robert Hicks. But he is close to another first down. And that's the play that they ran for the touchdown. But he comes up a little hurting there, Quentin Golden does.
He gets limping on the outside. Again, we talked about the success trying to bounce it outside. As you can see, Quentin Golden, he tries to bounce outside. And Hicks is right there to stop him. Looks like it's short of the first down. Golden is kind of a big guy. He's 6'2", 205 pounds. Seems like he's a strong inside runner.
And he'll have to take a seat, but he picked up the first down as he tries to nurse the injury there. Either a knee or an ankle, I think Golden's suffering from right now. But he did pick up the first down, and North Kansas City has the football at the 33-yard line with 5:03 to play in the first half. 2 receivers, Brown and also Cook, split to the right side on 1st and 10. In motion goes Lockett. Scarcello lets it fly, contact, and a flag. The intended receiver, Brian Cook, was met head on, and I don't think David Russ liking that call a whole bunch.
They're having some success out there with that play. Neil, they're having success with that play. As you can see, the defender gets there just before you see the bump right there on Cook. And the defender can't believe it, but again, that was interference. When the ball's in the air, it's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. When the ball's in the air.
Pass interference, defense, first down.
That was Jerry Overton in the coverage.
Overton seemed like he's giving too much ground to Cook, and he has to come up, and he's trying to play the ball. That's a tough task to ask. Again, these guys are young people. Just a sophomore.
1st and 10. Ball at the 18 of the Jaguars. Scarcello turns and gives to Lockett, who coughs it up. The race for the football, and the Jaguars have it. It looked like Robert Hicks, yes it is, Robert Hicks fell on the football for Blue Springs South, and what a big play in this ball game so far.
He coughs it up, the Hicks bounces right on it. Here you can see Lockett getting the ball, looks like a good run. He breaks the first wave of would-be tacklers. He's trying to arm tackle, and there he is. He flips the ball up in the air, and it's recovered by Hicks. That's a big play for these guys. As you get at ground level again, you can see Lockett trying to go for additional yardage. The ball, he looks like he's trying to change hands right in the middle of the stride there.
And Blue Springs South immediately on 1st down. Pittman on the carry, and he's lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage on 1st down. But certainly a huge turnover for the Jaguars, as it didn't look like Lockett really ever had that football.
Seemed like he was carrying it like a loaf of bread. He was trying to change his hands when he was trying to run down the field.
So the Jaguars and quarterback Jacob Mascarenas, and again a flag on the play. And it could be another delay of game here. No, it's offsides against Blue Springs South. So the Jaguars continuing to hurt themselves with penalties, but still this turnover neutralized what was a very impressive North Kansas City drive.
It looked like North Kansas City was driving in for the touchdown. Lockett coughs up the ball. This is a good opportunity for the young Jaguars to make something happen.
Brings up 2nd, 15. The give to Pittman, second man through. The Hornets stand tall, but Pittman is shaking people off of him as he brings it out to the 13-yard line. Brian Cook makes the tackle finally for the Hornets, but that young sophomore Pittman keeping the legs going.
Pittman has a leg drive. They're not arm tackle. You can't arm tackle a young man like that who just has the determination and the desire to, he's hitting the hole hard. He keeps his feet moving. You can't arm tackle a good running back, and he was able to bounce off guys and pick up an additional 4 or 5 yards. Look at him just roll over 2 or 3 people.
3rd down 7, another flag on the play. And this one will be against North Kansas City. And it's encroachment against North Kansas City.
Neil, the reason it happened is quarterback Jacob Mascarenas, cadence. They're changing it.
Offsides blue. Still be 3rd down. 3rd down.
Changing up the cadence, going on 1st count, going on 2nd count, trying to disrupt the trigger for the defensive line.
3rd down 1 for the Jaguars. Pitch it outside. And trying to make the cut is Webb. And he's close to the 1st down. They may have to measure this one. On the tackle, Jake Stuvey for North Kansas City as Bud Young looks on. And it looks like he's short, which will bring up a 4th down. Well, timeout on the field with 2:33 to play 1st half. And the 4th down upcoming. North Kansas City still with a shot to get some points here at the end of the half. Well, Theodis, if you like Big 8 football, I know the folks around here.
Oh, I do. I love Big 8 football, unlike the Pac-10.
Come on, man. You're a UCLA-looking type of a guy, man.
Again,
what's the deal?
There's a lot of class in UCLA and a lot of class in the Big 8 folks, too.
And ESPN can really get it done. And we'll talk about college football in a little bit. But we want to talk about now the NFL on TNT Sunday night at 7 p.m. It's the NFL on TNT when the Buffalo Bills host the Indianapolis Colts. TNT, American Cablevision, and Jones Intercable bringing you the best in NFL football.
I tell you what, the Buffalo Bills, it seems like they're on the roll right now. Kelly, Thurman Thomas, those guys are making the things happen on that offense. Seems like they're an offense that's destined. What do you think, Neil?
That's exactly what I think. I think it's 4th down. And David Ross on 4th and short, you would have to believe is going to kick this thing, but they've called timeout. I don't see a punter out there. Maybe he's going to bring his quarterback on and try to draw him off sides again.
Well, what they were probably trying to do is trying to run down that down to that 2-minute offense, 2-minute timeout. But the officials took the first timeout. Blue Springs South then took their initial timeout. I'm impressed. If I look at this whole overall picture here, I'm impressed the way Blue Spring is able to handle the experience of North Kansas City. And Mascarena's quarterback, just a sophomore, has 2 more years left in just developing in a real sound quarterback. And you have to be impressed. This guy designed that shirt. Now, I like that.
Impressive in and of itself, isn't it, Theotis? On the beautiful sunset in Northtown. And they will kick it away. And again, Simmons boots it deep, bobbling it as Coons. Finally gets it under control, and nice field position for the Hornets. With only 2:02 to play, first half, Brian Webb made the stop for the Jaguars. So they've got 2:02 to work with, Theotis. They've done a nice job on the ground tonight, North Kansas City has. They have the big, strong quarterback in Scarcello, 6'5" and 200. And what type of weapons do you think they're going to use here as they're heading down toward the end of the first half here as they mark off the penalty?
There's a penalty on that play which gives them additional yardage to, utilize that offense. As we talked about, Scarcello is a big quarterback. He's kind of the biggest quarterback we'll probably see this year. I mean, 6'5", 200 pounds, kind of a rangy guy. And seems like he has a strong arm. But this can be how they can get the concentration back in this football game, is the ability to get into the end zone right now.
Quentin Golden looking to get back in there on the sideline. In motion is Hubble. Scarcello to the near side, and it's incomplete. Intended receiver Cook. And on the coverage, Jesse Ryland.
A 3-step drop by Scarcello. The receiver dropped the ball. The official makes the play. He's right there. He's calling it. It's a ground level shot. Here's Scarcello. Makes the play, 3-step drop. And it seems like he had it before he hit the ground. The ball just kind of rolls down the front of his pants, and the official's right there to call the play.
Timeout on the field by the Hornets, 1:47 to go. And that's going to bring up a 2nd down 10 for North Kansas City on this drive, which they're undertaking at the end of the first half here. They lead it 6-3 already. And again, we talked about some college football. 11:30 a.m. Oklahoma State. This is on Saturday. And Michigan. And then follow that up later in the day. Ohio State at Syracuse. Then Nebraska at Washington. And then on Thursday, California at Kansas. And the Jayhawks have looked very impressive so far this year.
Well, if Jayhawks can have Bowling Green on their schedule all the time, they can beat those guys, 62-0. That big powerhouse in the Big 8. No, I'm just teasing. It's a good program. I hope they do well this year.
It was
kind of interesting to see what happened in the Nebraska-Washington game.
Ball State and Oregon State.
Ball State.
That's right. Bowling Green, Ball State. They're kind of all the same, right, Theotis? Here we go on the screen pass set up for Justiniano. And it's going nowhere on the drop, but Plattner was there to break it up.
This play was designed to allow the quarterback to 3-step drop, then drop back another 3 steps to let the defenders get to him. They wanted to set up the screen play, but they missed one thing. They dropped the football.
Scarcello, the senior, looking for instructions from the sideline. 3rd down 10, ball at the 27, 1:42 to play, first half. Again, in motion goes Hubble. On the play fake, Hubble, the intended receiver, bites the dust as Scarcello fires it to him, and it's a little behind him. And that'll bring up 4th down 10 for the Hornets.
Jesse Ryland on the coverage right there. This is another. They tried to get Hubble isolated on Ryland, who's a sophomore, and they didn't complete the pass.
Now, Theotis, timeout on the field, and the ball resting at the 27-yard line. They have a pretty nice wind behind them for a long field goal attempt if they want to go for it. And it looks like that might be what they're going after as they're sending in the kicker, Derek Brown.
This is kind of a unique, talking to Coach Young at the beginning of the game. This is his 5th year entering in North Kansas City program, and he was excited about the opportunity, at least having some veteran players, having some senior leaders like guys like Mulak and or Scarcello, and you having those guys on your team really helps. But he can't be all excited about the way the team has performed thus far. You have to tip your hat off to Coach Ross with the Blue Springs South team, is the way they were able to handle the adversity.
Well, they're not going to try the field goal. Brown also a receiver, so 4th down and 10. Hubble in motion. Back to pass Scarcello. Fires to the left sideline, and Brown juggles it, then drops it. It looked like getting a piece of it over there. Jesse Ryland for the Jaguars, and that turns it over to Blue Springs South. And they'll have it 1st and 10 with 1:33 to play first half.
You can see the laughter of Coach Ross, but I tell you what, North Kansas City is so lucky. There's a 3-step drop, and as you can see, Scarcello was trying to hit the receiver, Brown, right there, and it almost gets picked off by number 41, Jesse Ryland. He plays the play very well, and he's playing the ball. North Kansas City dodges a real tough bullet.
And he's gone. He catches that, he's out of here. 1:33 to go, first half. The Jaguars hanging tough, 6-3 against North Kansas City, as they elect to run on first down, go straight ahead with Webb, the fullback. And the tackle is made by the Hornet cast of 1,000, led by Jesse Perez. A minute 10 and clicking, first half. North Kansas City got on the scoreboard first on a 25-yard run by Quentin Golden, and then the Jaguars drove at the length of the field and had a field goal kick by Jeff Klee, and that's where we stand, 6-3. What do we have, a sophomore audible here? In the I formation. And finally, the flag is thrown.
Well, what Coach Ross is probably trying to do is trying to clean out the first half here, let the clock run down, and don't make any crazy mistakes by fumbling the football, fumbling the snap. And his kids have played very well thus far in the first half. He has to be pleased.
2nd and 13 for the Jaguars.
He has to be pleased the way the young men has performed this evening.
After the penalty, 2nd down 13, clock continues to roll.
Get your butt back.
And they're going to split Eddie Brooks out to the right side out of the I formation. The give is to Pittman, 2nd man through. He's back to the original line of scrimmage, and North Kansas City's sideline calling for a timeout. They get one. With 12 seconds left, Billy Ferguson on the stop for the Hornets.
These are things that are good for you. Things that people do every day. They become habits. Because if they didn't, these things just wouldn't get done. Even something as good for you as saving. Fortunately, there's an easy way to save. Buy U.S. savings bonds through the payroll savings plan at work. Every payday, you save. And the sooner you start, the more you'll save. So make it a habit. Buy U.S. savings bonds.
12 seconds to play, punt formation for Blue Springs South. And it looks like Brooks is, that's not punt formation, he's going to drop down on a knee, is what happens. And the clock will now run out, ending the first half. So the Jaguars, full of youth. North Kansas City, plenty of seniors, and Bud Young's team leads it 6-3 at the end of one half of play here in North Kansas City. And we'll be back with some halftime activities right after these messages.
It's official. So welcome to the grand opening sale at the all-new John McCarthy Gladstone Nissan.
The factory has supplied us with hundreds of new Nissan trucks, Sentras, and Nissan Maximas for the biggest grand opening Nissan sale event to ever take place in Kansas City. Everyone knows new Nissans always cost less north of the river, and now the savings are even greater. So hurry to the official grand opening sale at John McCarthy Gladstone Nissan.